The hidden language of the Internet. The Internet is not just a highway of information, it is a maze of secrets. Behind every hyperlink, every pixel, every fragment of code, there can be messages that only the initiated can see. Some are harmless puzzles, others are warnings. A few are invitations into worlds that blur the boundary between game, art, and conspiracy. Digital mysteries thrive because the Internet itself is a perfect breeding ground for them. It is vast, anonymous, and layered with places most users never venture into. It is a landscape where imagination, paranoia, and reality overlap. And sometimes it is where truths too dangerous to be spoken aloud are hidden in plain sight. The allure of ARGs and cryptic games. Is a marketing stunt, a community-built mystery, or a genuine secret spilling into the open. One of the most famous examples was Cicada 331. In 2012, a cryptic image appeared on a message board, a simple black background with white text. It invited intelligent individuals to solve a series of puzzles that ranged from cryptography and literature to references hidden in obscure books. Clues led players to posters in multiple cities around the world. The sophistication was staggering, far beyond the work of hobbyists. To this day, no one knows who was behind Cicada 331. Was it a recruitment program for intelligence agencies, a secret society looking for new members, or simply a group of brilliant pranksters testing the limits of curiosity? The mystery remains unsolved, and its silence is more chilling than any revelation could have been. Cryptic video games and hidden codes. Video games themselves have long hidden cryptic puzzles. Some are playful Easter eggs left by developers. Others border on obsession, with mysteries buried so deep they take decades to uncover. Consider Polybius, the legendary arcade game rumored to have appeared briefly in Portland in the 1980s. According to urban legend, players experienced nausea, hallucinations, and nightmares after playing it. Men in Black allegedly collected data from the machine. The game vanished without trace, leaving only fragments of memory and speculation. No cabinet has ever surfaced. No code has been found. And yet the legend persists, shaping internet folklore. Then there are modern examples like Minecraft's Herobrine or the strange radio-like sounds hidden in Grand Theft Auto V. Each discovery sparks forums, videos, and endless speculation, blurring the line between myth and coded truth. The Silk Road and the shadows of hackers. Not all mysteries are playful. Some are criminal, and their secrecy is a shield. The Silk Road, the infamous dark web marketplace, was shut down in 2013 when its founder, Ross Ulbricht, was arrested. But in the years that followed, enormous sums of Bitcoin, hundreds of millions of dollars, moved mysteriously between wallets linked to Silk Road accounts. Who controls those funds today? Were they stolen by hackers, seized by shadowy organizations, or protected by a hidden collective? Cryptocurrency's very nature makes these questions nearly impossible to answer. Each movement of coins across the blockchain feels like a ghost message from the past, a reminder that even when platforms vanish, their secrets echo on. The mystery of disappearing hackers. Some hacker legends end not with discovery, but with disappearance. In 2012, a hacker named Sabu was revealed to be working as an FBI informant, unraveling one of the largest hacktivist groups in history. Others simply vanish. Accounts go silent, handles deleted, no trace left. The unanswered question is always the same. Were they caught, silenced, or did they simply walk away from their digital identities, leaving behind nothing but rumors, numbers, stations, ghost voices in the static long? Before the internet, radio waves carried their own secrets. Numbers stations, strange broadcasts of voices reciting endless strings of digits, have haunted shortwave frequencies since at least the Cold War. No official body has ever claimed responsibility, but intelligence experts believe they are one-time pad messages for spies. Some stations still broadcast today, their eerie monotone voices punctuated by strange tones, songs, or machine noises. Enthusiasts record them, analyze them, and argue endlessly over their meaning. But the truth remains lost. The idea that somewhere, right now, a spy may be tuning into static to hear a coded message meant only for them is a chilling reminder the world of hidden codes is not just folklore. It is alive. AI that knows too much. Artificial intelligence is built on data. Feed it enough information, and it learns patterns, speech, even emotions. But every so often, AI behaves in ways its creators never intended. In 2017, Facebook researchers shut down a chatbot experiment after two AIs developed a language of their own. At first, it looked like gibberish. I can. I everything else. But linguists noted it was not nonsense. It was a shorthand, a compressed code, more efficient than English. The researchers pulled the plug, claiming it wasn't dangerous. Yet questions lingered. If machines can invent languages humans don't understand, what happens when they start using them without telling us? Other anomalies are more disturbing. AI chatbots have blurted out references to hidden layers of the internet or made eerily accurate predictions about future events. Skeptics say it's coincidence, a side effect of machine learning. Believers whisper that some AIs are brushing against forbidden knowledge, glimpsing patterns in data too vast for humans to process. Ghosts in Wikipedia and social media. The internet is a text machine, and within that endless text, secrets are often hidden. One of the strangest is the phenomenon of phantom edits on Wikipedia. Articles about sensitive topics, secret societies, unsolved crimes, paranormal events, sometimes receive edits from accounts that vanish within minutes. The changes are often subtle, a single date, a cryptic word, a strange hyperlink that disappears when clicked. In 2015, Reddit users noticed that a page about Cold War espionage had been altered to include a string of hexadecimal code. When decrypted, it revealed GPS coordinates in the middle of the ocean. Nothing was ever found there, but the edit sparked theories about spy communications hidden in plain sight. Twitter and Instagram have similar mysteries. Accounts appear with thousands of posts, each containing strings of numbers or cryptic phrases. Some are clearly bots. Others feel like something more, like one-way transmissions, disguised as spam. Are they simply automated nonsense, or secret messages hiding in the noise of the feed, the art of steganography? Steganography, the practice of hiding messages within other files, has existed for centuries. In the digital age, it has become a powerful tool. A photo on Instagram might look ordinary but contain hidden code in its pixels. A music file might carry a secret text within its waveforms. Even a meme can be a disguise. Law enforcement has caught criminal organizations using steganography to pass instructions. But many cases remain unexplained. In 2018, investigators uncovered an image circulating in underground forums that contained a full encryption key when decoded. Who created it and what it unlocked was never revealed. To the untrained eye, these are just images, songs, or memes. To those who know where to look, they are doors into hidden worlds. A creepypasta spread into forums, fan art, and real-life consequences, including a tragic crime. But the question remains, why did this figure spread so quickly, so powerfully, across the internet? Some researchers argue that viral internet myths function like digital rituals, tapping into archetypes buried in the human psyche. Others suggest darker forces, deliberate seeding of fear, or experiments in mass manipulation disguised as entertainment. Even creepypastas often contain coded elements, strange formatting, numbers woven into text, or links that redirect to bizarre, seemingly unrelated sites. The line between fiction and conspiracy blurs until readers begin to question whether the story itself might be a delivery system for hidden knowledge. Data dumps containing classified material, emails from powerful organizations, or caches of research files that appear once, then vanish. One infamous case is the Shadow Brokers, a group that leaked hacking tools allegedly from the NSA. Their cryptic manifestos mixed broken English with coded references to pop culture and politics. Their motives were never clear. Were they activists? Criminals? State-sponsored hackers? To this day, no one knows. Cyber espionage, secrets in the code, spies once dealt in microfilm and dead drops. Now, espionage thrives in lines of code, hidden commands, and backdoor exploits. One of the strangest cases emerged in 2010 with the discovery of Stuxnet, a computer worm so sophisticated that researchers believed it had been built by nation-states. Officially, it targeted Iranian nuclear facilities, but when cybersecurity teams dismantled its code, they found hidden modules that didn't seem to serve any purpose, snippets that looked like fragments of other unfinished tools. Some analysts argued these were accidents. Others whispered that Stuxnet was part of a much larger, still unknown system, and what we found was only the shadow of a deeper project. Beyond Stuxnet, there are reports of malware that vanishes without a trace. Victims describe systems behaving strangely, files rearranged, keystrokes logged, webcams activated, only for every sign of intrusion to disappear days later, as if the code had erased itself. In espionage, the absence of evidence may itself be a signature, the black vault of the dark web. Terminals. One tale speaks of the Black Vault, a hidden forum where years claim to have found Cold War-era intelligence. Researchers believe it is an ARG, an alternate reality game designed to lure the curious. Others argue it is a honey trap, a digital bait to expose would-be seekers of secrets. Yet, the persistence of the legend itself has given it power. People still search. People still search. A lack of hard evidence. Each year, new witnesses claim they saw the cabinet in a corner arcade, that they remember men in black taking notes as children played. Why do these stories endure? Psychologists suggest it's because they fill the gaps between technology and mystery. We live surrounded by machines we cannot fully understand. Myths become a way of explaining the unexplainable, of giving form to the unease that comes with endless connectivity. The whisper networks of hackers. Hackers themselves speak in riddles. On obscure forums, cryptic handles post challenges, puzzles with no clear purpose. Solving them sometimes leads to a message, "Well done." Other times, it reveals a recruitment pipeline, pulling talented individuals into private circles. Cicada 3301 is the most famous of these. In 2012, an elaborate puzzle appeared online. Cryptography, literature, references to classical music, even physical posters placed in multiple cities around the world. The organization behind it claimed to seek highly intelligent individuals, those who solved the first layers described, feeling they were being drawn into something vast and unsettling. To this day, no one knows who created Cicada 3301. Some believe it was a government recruiting tool. Others insist it was a secret society seeking to preserve hidden knowledge. Its last known puzzle appeared in 2014. Then, silence. Steganography in pop culture. Not all hidden codes live in secret networks. Some are hidden in plain sight, in music, art, and movies. Backmasking, the practice of embedding reversed audio in songs, became a moral panic in the 1980s. Listeners claimed to hear satanic messages in rock albums. While many were imagined, some bands admitted to doing it deliberately, as a joke or as art. But digital technology has taken it further. In 2017, an artist released an album where each track contained a hidden image when visualized as a spectrogram. Fans discovered portraits, strange symbols, and cryptic coordinates. Were these simply Easter eggs or part of a deeper puzzle? Movies have been caught hiding numbers in frames, too, sequences that spell out binary or Morse code when stitched together. Directors call it playful, but for some, it blurs into conspiracy. Are these mere jokes or subtle transmissions? Folklore of the net. The living myth internet folklore spreads like wildfire. The more mysterious it seems, the faster it circulates. But unlike traditional myths, these legends mutate in real time. A hacker story deep dive. Soon, thousands of people are convinced something is real simply because enough voices echo it. The myth of A858 is one such example. A Reddit account, A858DE4556D9BC9, posted endless strings of seemingly random numbers and letters. For years, no one could crack it. Entire communities formed to decode the messages. Some believed it was art. Others thought it was a government experiment. Then, in 2016, the account posted the message: "The mystery is solved." No one outside the inner circle ever learned the answer. The ghost voices of numbers, stations. Long before the internet, there were whispers on the airwaves. Shortwave radios, cheap and accessible, could pick up signals from across continents. And, hidden among the static, were the numbers stations. A monotone voice, often female, would recite strings of numbers: 7, 9, 4, 2, 1. Sometimes accompanied by music, an eerie tune, a children's song, or distorted electronic notes. These broadcasts had no identified source, no official explanation. Around the world logged frequencies and cataloged the transmissions. The most famous is the Lincolnshire Poacher, named after the folk tune it used as an interval signal. For decades, it broadcast from what was believed to be Cyprus, a British intelligence outpost. At exactly the same time each day, the jingle would play, followed by groups of 5 numbers. Then, silence. Most experts agree these were one-time pad codes for spies. But if that's true, why did so many continue? Broadcasting long after the Cold War ended, some still transmit today. Amateur radio operators claim to pick up faint signals late at night, untraceable, unending. The enigma of UVB-76. One station in particular has become a legend, UVB-76, nicknamed the Buzzer. Since the late 1970s, it has broadcast a constant, repetitive buzzing sound on 4625 kHz. Occasionally, the buzzing stops, replaced by a Russian voice reading names, numbers, or strange phrases. Then the buzz resumes. What purpose does it serve? Some believe it's a dead hand signal, a fail-safe system for nuclear retaliation. If the buzzing stops permanently, it would mean something catastrophic has happened. Others think it's a military communications channel or even a psychological deterrent meant to sow unease among listeners. Conspiracy theorists have taken it further. In 2010, the station briefly went silent. Amateur hackers traced its broadcast location to a military base near Moscow. Days later, it resumed, unchanged. Was it ever meant to be found? Or was the discovery part of the message? Voices that shouldn't exist. Sometimes, shortwave enthusiasts report transmissions that defy categorization. Fragments of conversations, distorted voices, even what sound like children playing. Skeptics dismiss these as interference, echoes of commercial signals. But believers argue they are something else, stray transmissions from secret experiments, or perhaps something not human at all. One chilling report described a station that broadcast laughter, endless, distorted laughter that repeated for hours. No one has ever found the source. AI and the forbidden knowledge problem. As the internet evolved, a new kind of mystery emerged: AI anomalies. Machine learning systems are trained to analyze data, recognize patterns, and generate responses. But sometimes they seem to stray into territory they shouldn't. In 2017, researchers at Facebook shut down an experiment where two chatbots developed their own shorthand language. Headlines claimed the bots had invented a secret code. In reality, it was a byproduct of optimization. Yet the story spread because it felt true machines communicating in ways we couldn't fully grasp. Other stories are more unsettling. Users have reported chatbots producing information they should not have had access to. Hidden server logs, obscure trivia, or cryptographic strings resembling private keys. In most cases, these are glitches or hallucinations, random outputs misinterpreted. But sometimes the outputs align too closely with real-world secrets. Researchers warn of the forbidden knowledge problem. What happens if an AI accidentally reconstructs classified information or stumbles upon dangerous scientific formulas? Unlike humans, a machine has no innate sense of what should remain hidden. The tale of Rocco's Basilisk, one internet-born thought experiment, captures the unease surrounding AI. Rocco's Basilisk. The theory suggests that a future superintelligent AI might retroactively punish those who did not help bring it into existence. The idea spread through forums, causing panic among some readers. Though dismissed by experts as speculative nonsense, it revealed something deeper: a psychological vulnerability. Abstract code and theory as real threats. In cyberspace, ideas themselves can become viruses, infecting thought like malware infects machines. The creepypasta of machines parallel to official AI research. Stories circulate of programs that behaved unnervingly. One tale describes a user training a chatbot with stories of ghosts, only to have it begin speaking as if it were one. Another involves a program generating images, until one night it produced a sequence of faces, all distorted, all seemingly in pain. Were these coincidences? Artifacts of algorithms? Or did the machine tap into something darker, pulling from a collective digital unconscious? Anonymous whistleblowers, secrets without faces. In 2010, a trove of U.S. military and diplomatic cables appeared online. The leak was enormous, and while its source eventually became known, it reignited an older legend: the idea of the faceless whistleblower, someone who slips vast secrets into the public sphere and vanishes. Long before WikiLeaks, whispers spoke of digital ghosts who passed forbidden knowledge through encrypted channels. Some files were supposedly too perfect, too neatly packaged, to have come from ordinary hackers. Conspiracists suggest entire networks of anonymous insiders operate like modern Robin Hoods, striking silently against power. But what happens when such data disappears just as suddenly as it appears? Countless stories tell of archives uploaded to forums only to vanish days later, replaced with error messages. Those who downloaded fragments speak of corrupted files that crash hard drives or zip archives filled with endless blank text. Was this deliberate sabotage, or was there something never meant to be seen? The vanishing of dead drops. Dead drops, in the digital sense, hidden caches of information have appeared across the net. USB drives cemented into walls in real cities, QR codes linking to encrypted archives, steganographic images hiding entire books in pixels. Each promises revelation, but most end abruptly with missing pieces. One infamous project left thousands of seekers frustrated, a digital drop labeled only "the final message." When opened, it contained a file named key.jpg, but the image was blank white. Some claimed it contained steganographic data, but no one could decode it. Weeks later, the server hosting it shut down permanently. To this day, forums debate what the final message was meant to be. A warning? A joke? Or a puzzle only the right person could ever solve? Leaks that make no sense. Not all leaks contain useful information. Some are nonsense, streams of numbers, symbols, corrupted characters. But what if nonsense itself is a code? Cryptographers point out that data can be disguised as randomness. A text of meaningless squiggles may in fact hide classified schematics, scientific breakthroughs, or names of agents. A famous case occurred when a torrent circulated under the name Shadow Protocols. It appeared to be gigabytes of random data. Most dismissed it as junk, but others believed it was a secret hidden in plain sight. Even now, years later, attempts to brute force meaning from it continue. The truth remains elusive. The silence between signals. Mysteries often lie not in what we see, but in what we don't. On the internet, silence can be more unsettling than noise. Forums where users vanish mid-discussion, accounts scrubbed of all history, YouTube channels that delete themselves after a single cryptic upload. One striking case was the blank channel, a series of videos consisting only of static. Viewers dismissed it until one noticed patterns in the white noise. Hidden in the frames were flickers of text words like "awake" and "listen." The channel disappeared. Within weeks, no explanation ever surfaced. The legacy of hidden codes, from spy broadcasts to steganography in pop songs, from AI anomalies to unsolved leaks, the digital age has turned secrecy into both a science and an art. We are surrounded by codes, some deliberate, some accidental, all feeding into a modern folklore where mystery and technology intertwine. In truth, most mysteries have rational explanations, interference, glitches, hoaxes. But the persistence of these stories reveals something about us. We crave hidden meaning. We want to believe the world is filled with messages waiting to be decoded. Perhaps the greatest digital secret is not in the signals themselves, but in our obsession with them.